regardless of his intentions. So Draymond was wrong. He knows that. It's a bad look. The 5 games is deserved.
So that's Steve Kerr saying the 5 games is deserved. Here's Tim Legler. I want to hear what you say.
Yeah, well, first of all, I'm just glad Steve came out the second day, okay, and said that, because the first day was kind of like, you're going to believe me or you're lying eyes? Because I know what I saw, and I thought 5 games was light, my opinion. I thought when it happened and I was getting my opinion asked what this was going to lead to, I said, this is going to be probably a 10-game suspension for a variety of reasons. One, completely unnecessary. Draymond Green did not need to go over there and engage Rudy Gobert. If you want to go over, put your arms on his shoulder, kind of move him because he had his hands on Clay, fine. He wasn't trying to throw Clay to the ground, Rudy Gobert. He wasn't trying to escalate that in any way. I think Draymond Green had enough room on the court before he got there to make up his mind not to do that. But here's the thing that really led to the 5, and I thought should have been 10. Why wasn't he letting go of him?
Yes, that's the point.
You're dragging him 20 feet, and Rudy Gobert's eyes as big as saucers, by the way. You get grabbed from behind in that position and basically a chokehold and dragged backwards. It's a scary thing. You're totally out of control of your own body, and he just wouldn't let go. And at one point, he's like literally looking down at him into his face after 7, 8 seconds, and he still has that grip on him. So for me, that's where it just crossed the line of, not 5 games. This has to be 10. I thought 10 to send a real message on this kind of action.
I'm not going to lie to you. I thought 10 games might have been light when you consider the circumstances.
I would not.
He's dragging him. He's holding him around the throat for 6 seconds, and he has all of the history that he has. I would ask again, what does a person have to do to get suspended 10 games in the NBA? I was very surprised this was only 5.
Yeah, incredibly. And look, at least the league also came out with transparency and said, look, we're taking past actions into account, because they used to deny that was the case with certain suspensions. Now they were. So if you're taking all of it in totality, and you have this situation, which really could have been a dangerous situation also, because when he first grabs him, like right there, you don't even know what kind of injury you potentially could cause to Rudy Gobert's neck, right, to his throat, to his larynx. Like you could literally have put Rudy Gobert on injured reserve or put him out of action for a long period of time. Fortunately, he didn't get injured, but it's just such a dangerous thing. And Steve Kerr, I thought, hit it on the head with this phrase when he said, the visual of it.
Terrible.
The visual of it, right? Anytime we see a person, in any aspect of life, whether it's sports, whether it's in the news, you see someone in that position, your visceral reaction, gut reaction is, oh my God, you want to look away from it. So 5 games, I think all in all, they should count their blessings.
All right, let me get one very quick take from you on James Harden. Yeah. We got the Clippers, who have really struggled since he got there, and by that I mean they haven't won a game since he got there. And the Sixers have looked much, much better. We've paid a lot of attention to that this week. I'm a little short on time because the football stuff is crazy. But people are asking, did the Clippers make a mistake bringing him in? Is this ever going to work?
I think it's a mistake because they didn't need it. Because the bottom line is this. If you buy into the Clippers as any sort of threat in the Western Conference, it's based around one thing, Kawhi Leonard's health. You already had enough to contend in the West because it's Denver and then everybody else. The Clippers were in that mix as constituted if you bought into Kawhi Leonard being healthy. So James Harden, for me, doesn't move the needle. In fact, I think it's the opposite of that, because they're just going to get slower and slower and slower. And if he doesn't have the basketball in his hands as the primary playmaker, he doesn't do a lot on the court to help anybody. And the ball's going to be in Paul George's hands and Kawhi Leonard's hands, Russell Westbrook's hands. So how exactly does that help you other than maybe win a couple regular season games on a night Kawhi sits? That's about all you've done for yourself.
I'm with you. Listen, next week we'll do a lot more of this. Yes. Good to see you, Legs. Thank you, as always.